Time now for our stock of the hour, and that is Microsoft. Shares of the software company put in a new all-time high this morning as Microsoft announced it's buying GitHub for $7.5 billion. Abigail Doolittle has the details.
And it's not every day that you have the acquiring company popping higher, putting in an all-time high on an acquisition. Usually the acquirers drop, but investors really cheering this. GitHub is a San Francisco-based, web-based coding company, a coding repository company. It's used by 27 million software developers, so lots of coders using this, working on 80 million different pieces of code. So there's a social aspect to it too. And interestingly, it does bring Microsoft back to its roots in some ways. If we hop into the Bloomberg and take a look at a long-term chart of Microsoft, so back in the 70s when Microsoft was founded by both Bill Gates and Paul Allen, they were giving hobbyists a way to program a microcomputer kit, the MITS Altair. But the big move up after going public, this was as the company became a personal computing company. But then we see, Vonnie, that Microsoft just stagnated in this range from basically 2000 till about 2015. And CEO Steve Ballmer, he did not like the open approach. He really defended Microsoft's Windows. And then when Satya Nadella took over in 2014, he's embracing different flavors of Linux, different areas of open software. And we see the stock simply putting in all-time highs. And Microsoft is one of the biggest contributors to GitHub, so this move from Windows, an exclusive use of Windows, needing new ways to connect the developer community, investors really liking this move right now.
Abigail, there was clearly a relationship there, and we understand that talks were actually ongoing for years. But why do you think GitHub eventually went for being bought rather than going public?
That's an interesting question, Caroline, because we've seen a number of big high-profile tech IPOs in recent years, so this is not one of them. But sources are saying that CEO Satya Nadella, he is one of the reasons. GitHub really is impressed by him. Plus, they have been looking for a CEO themselves over the last 9 months, so it could be difficult to go public without that kind of leadership. And frankly, the price tag is really impressive. $7.5 billion all-stock deal. In 2015, GitHub was valued at $2 billion. So this really tells us that Microsoft has been impressed by this company and that GitHub is getting a good price. They will remain an independent company run by a Microsoft executive by the name of Nat Friedman. Plus, GitHub is not profitable. So this is really a great deal for GitHub, and it would seem Microsoft moving them more toward that open approach of software that seems to be highly embraced these days.